Hello everyone, Christopher Georgia from Lani Acaia Media and Capture the Stars workshops. I'm very excited to share with you today the new NiSi S5 filter system designed specifically for the Sony 12-24 f4 wide-angle lens. So today I'm going to show you how to install the filter system on the lens, and then later on we're going to visit Nubble Lighthouse in Maine to do a little bit of photography and testing the filter system out. Let's go ahead and get started with installing the filter system. The very first thing we're going to do, obviously, is make sure we have the lens attached to the camera and pull the lens cap off. And next, we're going to grab the filter mount and get this set up on the camera. So the very first thing you want to take a look at is we have 4 indexing pins here on the inside of the filter mount, and you want to make sure that they line up exactly with the indents in the lens hood. So we're going to go ahead and put this on and be sure again that they line up properly, because this is how the filter mount indexes. And on the back side of the lens there's going to be a small gap where the mount screws on to the filter holder. We're just going to go ahead and screw this on until it's a nice snug fit. Now on the back side you also have a locking pin that we can go ahead and screw in and lock everything in place. We'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so the very next thing we have is the circular polarizer. And this is just like your typical screw-in filter. So we're going to go ahead and screw this right in. Now, you want to continue to screw this in until you see the gear here on the top start spinning. Once that gear is spinning, then you know that you've gone far enough and the filter is screwed in. So a nice feature about this filter system is the circular polarizer can be independently adjusted from the rest of the filters just by turning this gear. And it's very, very easy to move. I mean, I can even use my pinky finger to move this. It freely moves back and forth any direction we want to go. So the next step here is to put on the filter holder. Now this bracket on the back side, just so you know you're installing it properly, says NiSi S5 in the top left-hand corner. So we're going to go ahead and take this, put it in front of the filter mount, the lens mount, and you have an indexing pin here that you're going to easily pull out on. So then we're going to drop this in place, and there we go. We're set up on the lens now. Now one thing I like to do before I start putting the square filters in is give this a little bit of a wiggle just to be sure that it's installed properly, so nothing's moving around here. And last but not least, we have our glass filter plate. Now right here is a NiSi 10-stop filter. It's great for long exposures during the daytime to get nice silky water effects and clouds. Another great thing that NiSi did when they were engineering this product is they put some foam tape on the back side of the filter. And what this really helps with is light bleeding. So by having this little bit of foam tape on the back side of the filter, it really eliminates any kind of light bleeding coming in from the side and giving great image quality. So we'll go ahead and drop this in place here. Just slide it right in, just like that. And now our 10-stop filter is installed. Again, I can still independently move the circular polarizer from the back just by spinning that gear. And also another great feature about this filter system is that if I'm working with a graduated neutral density filter, I have room for one more slot in the front here, and I can drop another filter in. When using a graduated neutral density filter, sometimes your horizons aren't even, so you need a little bit of an angle. Well, independently from the circular polarizer, you can also spin the filter holder and get those really nice graduations across your horizon if it's a little angled. One more thing to touch base on is, sometimes when you're working with a 10-stop filter, it's a little difficult to achieve focus, or say your CPL is off a little bit and you need to adjust your polarization. You can easily pull the filter system right off, make the adjustment for your polarization, change around your autofocus a little bit, and then drop the filter right back in place. and you're ready to shoot. All right, so let's go test this thing out in field. Again, we're gonna head over to Nubble Lighthouse and see how this thing works when we're actually shooting with it. We'll see you there.
Hello everyone, we're here today at the beautiful Nubble Lighthouse in Cape Nettic, Maine to do some shooting with the NiSi S5 filter system on the Sony 12-24 f4 lens. So the very first thing we're going to do is get it set up on our lens, and I just kind of want to show you how super easy this process is when you're in field. NiSi provides this filter holder bag that mounts directly to the tripod, so it makes it really nice and convenient. Instead of having to reach down into a bag and pull out the individual items, you have everything right here, right in front of you, and it's just super nice and convenient. So let's get started on setting this up. Now, the very first thing we're gonna do is install the lens mount. I've already installed the circular polarizer on the mount, so we're gonna go ahead and put this right in the lens. Again, we just wanna make sure that the screw ring is backed all the way off. And when you're lining it up on your lens, you wanna make sure that your 4 indexing pins are lined up properly on the front of the lens. So go ahead and slide that right in there. And you can see right through the CPL and just check and make sure that they're in place. So from there, again, we're gonna screw the back locking ring in place and then tighten the indexing pin just to make sure everything's locked in place. So next we're gonna put on the actual filter holder, and that simply slides right on the front here. You pull this indexing pin out and then release it once you have it in place. Next we're going to put in our square filters. With the scene today and the light today, I'm probably gonna end up working with a 4-stop filter to kind of smooth out the water a little bit, and because the sky is fairly bright, I'm also going to work with a graduated neutral density filter as well, just to try to knock out some of the highlights in the sky and balance out the entire image overall. All right, so let's go ahead and install these. Another nice thing about the individual filter holders is that on the back everything is labeled with what the filter is. Just like that. And then we're gonna get our graduated filter out as well. There we go. Drop that right in. And there we go. We are now ready to shoot with our filter system. If you wanted to make a couple of changes on your graduation, all you simply got to do is slide your filters up and down, and you can change your graduation just like you see happening on the screen here. Now, another great thing is if you have a slight tilt on your horizon, you need your graduation to match, all you have to do is turn your filters left to right, or rotate your filters left to right, and you can match any kind of horizon. Now, the other great thing about this is that it's turning independently from your circular polarizer. I've worked with a lot of other filter systems, and the circular polarizers tended to be pretty difficult to work with. Now here, this little gear that I'm turning is moving my circular polarizer, and it makes it very easy. Say you're working with a 10-stop and you're doubting your focus and you needed to change your focus around a little bit. It's literally as simple as pulling off your filters. As you can see, the screen got super bright here, so I'm just going to knock the exposure down a little, or quite a bit. You can simply change that around, dial in your focus, and then just put the filter system right back on. And that's it. I'm going to show you guys a few exposures that I shot earlier today at sunrise with the filter system. I have some examples with the filters, and I also have examples without the filters to kind of show the difference between the two. Let's check out some of these photos.